Kent Fusion Money Talk here with another video. And I just need 5 more subscribers. Then I'll do that 12-hour Uber Eats challenge. So I'm not gonna do a full 12 hour tomorrow because I plan on working out tomorrow. So also I'm not gonna do the full 12-hour shift tomorrow. Also, now next week would have been a good week. But here's the thing, I don't know if y'all been paying. I don't know how many of y'all pay attention to what I say in my videos, but I say I took like a whole week off, like next week. So things got kind of crazy, so I didn't get the full week off like I wanted to. But I still got some days off. So if I have like 600 subscribers, maybe I'll do it Thursday. Because I do have Thursday off. I got Thursday and Friday off. Then a week after that, I got Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday off. So maybe I'll do it one of those days if I have 600 subscribers. So this come on, I just need 5 more subscribers. Then I'll do this 12-hour Uber Eats show. Because this is the only time I'm ever going to do it, to be honest with y'all. Unless I'm just really desperate for work. This is the only time I'm ever going to do a 12-hour Uber Eats show. But now let's go with the main topic. When's it time for your kids to get a job? But at some point, we do get sick of all this fighting in the house and all that. Kids arguing. Kids laying around the house being lazy. We get sick of it after a while. How cool would it be if our kid had a job? First of all, how old is your kid? Because if your kid's like 9 years old, it's kind of likely because it's simply get a job. 9 years old. They could go around and cut yards. I don't know, did I use a lot more than 9? At 12 I did. I guess my brother was like 9 when he cut the grass, when he used to help me cut the grass, because I was like 12. So I did do that. I did used to cut grass. I would not do it in Florida. Florida's too freaking hot, but Hawaii's not as hot. So I did cut grass when I was in Hawaii. And I made some money there. I was basically saving some money up to buy a BB gun. I wanted to go hunting. And I didn't even go hunting until like recently. Because I don't know if I ever talked about in this video. But I went hunting for the first time in January. Unfortunately, I didn't really shoot anything. But it was still nice. I'll go again later this year. But anyway, and your kids aren't old enough to like apply for a job. There's things they could do. Cutting grass is like one of them. And then if you live up north, maybe your kid has like a high cold tolerance. They can help shovel the snow off of people's driveway. Some people probably don't want to deal with all that, especially older people. They don't want to deal with digging into that snow. They just want to go out, go in their car, and go. So they'll probably be willing to pay these kids $50 to be doing that. So it is possible for your kid to work before they're actually old enough to apply for a job. When I was like 13, I was a paper boy for a while. That job was garbage, by the way. And it made me work on a holiday. I remember I had to work on Thanksgiving. It sucked. I only got like $25 a week. So that job was garbage. So I was like 13, my brother was like 10. So we both did that job. and my mom would drive us around. It was mainly my mom. Sometimes my dad, but mainly my mom that drove us around. So that's one job you get as a kid. Now, once your kid's like, some jobs do hire at 14. Like there's some jobs that will hire you at 14, but 16 is when it's pretty much the lowest most jobs will hire you. Cause I got my first job at a grocery store working at Albertson. So if your kid's like 16 years old, laying around being lazy, it's time for him to get a job. It's time for him or her to get a job. Because that job's gonna teach them responsibility when they're older. And it'll teach them, they'll get to earn their own money. Because I actually hear stories of some people that hit 20 and never had a job in their entire life. Which I'm like, what? How does that even happen? So if I say your kid's like 16, I mean, you could try early, like 14 or 15, but it'll be hard. It may be hard for them to get hired. Because I did try getting jobs when I was like 15. And nobody would hire me when I was 15. It wasn't until I was 16 that somebody finally hired me. It was Albertson. So I say in that age range, like 14, 15, and 16, you get your kid to apply for jobs around that age, and eventually they would get that job. Now, if they're like 20 and they still don't have a job, or maybe they had a job. Like, let's say you have a kid that's always quitting their job. I mean, there's nothing wrong to like quit your job. If you have like another job, like let's say you're working we're gonna do this as an example. Let's say I was working at Albertson. I wanted to work at this restaurant. I'm gonna say it's Coyotes. I go there. I see that there's a lot of girls there. And I'm like, you know what? I want to work there. So obviously, I'm gonna do the interview at Coyotes. If I get hired, I'm gonna go back to Albertson and put in my 2-week notice. Then I'll be working there at Coyotes with the hot girls. It's sort of a true story for me. When I was working at Albertson, I actually did have an interview at this restaurant. It was Coyotes, and there was some pretty girls there. But in the real world, I did not get hired. But it would have been cool if I did get hired. Man, I would have met a girl. Maybe it would have helped me get over that Maggie girl. I mean, her name wasn't really Maggie, but that's why I call her in my book that I made. But another situation, let's say you have a kid he was working at Albertson, and then he just quit, and now he doesn't have a job at all. So he just sitting around with no job. I mean, it's not too bad when they're a teenager. I mean, it's a learning thing, but when they keep doing it, when they're like in their later teens or early 20s, just quit jobs like that. Like, you go home, your 21-year-old son is sitting around for days, and you're like, why are you at work? And he tells you that he or she tell you that they quit. You ask why they quit, they're like, because I ain't feel like working anymore. Once they start acting like that, then they are pretty much usually ask a meal ticket then, and it's time to put your foot down. Tell them that they need to get a job. And if they don't get a job, this is tough love, but you have to give them the boot. Sometimes you really do have to give your kid the boot in some situations. Because quitting your job, being lazy, they need to learn, because you're not always going to be there for them. So it's better that you kick them out when they're behaving like that, or just give them, this firmly tell them, you can't keep doing this, getting a job and just quitting like that. Unless there's like a valid reason why they quit their job, like maybe it was like some type of harassment going on. That would be like the only way I'll say that it was justified to quit your job. If you was like constantly being harassed by your boss, people are trying to start fights with you, maybe it's better to quit. But in most cases, not like that. Most people just want to quit. Some people quit out of anger, and some people are just lazy. They're like, you know, I didn't want this job. My parents made me get this job. Well, a lot of adults, they work jobs they don't like, but guess what? Quitting's not an option for them, because they got bills to pay. They got a family to take care of. And your kid will have to learn that. Now it's even worse if your kid's actually a parent and they're laying around. That'd be even worse. If your son got a girl pregnant when he's a teenager, or your daughter got pregnant as a teenager, they're not even taking care of the baby. They're just out there partying. They don't have a job. I mean, there's something wrong with that. So I'll say, when they're a teenager, it's time for them to get a job, because it'll help them learn things. It'll learn how to manage money, all that. It'll make them more independent, not rely on you so much. But I think if you don't make your kid get a job, and they're like 20-something years old and never had a job, they'll be more reliant on you when you're that old. So that's basically all I'm going to say about that. So you like this video, give me a thumb up. And if you want to see me do a 12-hour Uber Eats challenge, just subscribe to this channel. I just need 5 more subscribers. Then I'll do it. Have a good weekend.